Hi everybody. In this video I'd like to talk a little bit about Morris Weitz's excerpt, The Role of Theory in Aesthetics. So let me share the screen with you. Here we go. So Morris Weitz was an American aesthetician, that is someone who involved with aesthetics, not someone who cuts hair. He's very famous for this particular article, and we have an excerpted version of it. Many have tried to give a definition, a set of necessary and sufficient conditions, that is, a set of necessary and sufficient properties of art. Each theory is succeeded by a new theory. In this essay, Weitz pleads for a rejection of this problem. It's not that art is just too complex, it's that aesthetic theory radically misconstrues the logic of the concept of art. So he's going to say something about the concept of art that's very different than what we have tended to take it to mean. So he goes through some famous existing theories. The formalist theory says that the essence of art is in its plastic elements in relation. So plastic elements would be like the painting on there. Like, in other words, for each painting, the things that change from each painting would be the plastic elements, the things that change. That's what the plastic in general means, not just a particular kind of substance that we call plastic. Something is plastic. Like sometimes the brain is considered to be plastic in the sense that it can learn and it can change. So the plastic elements in relation for formalism. For the emotionalist, he says, the expression of emotion in some sensuous medium. For the intuitionist, art is identified with a specific creative, cognitive, and spiritual act. The organicist, we're not going to go in great detail with these. We've already studied in this course. We've looked at formalism, emotionalism. Formalism, expressivism, which is a little like, he calls it emotionalist. We really call it expression theory or expressionism. But anyway, organicist, where art is a class of organic wholes. And the voluntarist, which is the embodiment of wishes and desires, language and harmony, imagination. Oh, sorry. Organicist. Oh, I don't have the voluntarist on here. Huh. Well, the voluntarist, he lists as the embodiment of wishes and desires, language and harmony. So those are the theories there. So some of these theories, according to Weitz, emphasize too few properties. Others are too general, covering objects that are not art at all. Covering objects. Others rest on dubious principles and no hint of the kind of evidence one could use to test the theories. Okay, so the problem we must begin with is not what is art, but what sort of concept is art, according to Weitz. Not what is X. Not what is X, but what does X do in the language? The problem of the nature of art is like that of the nature of games. We find no common properties, only strands of similarities. Both concepts, game and art, have an open texture. And when we talk about open and closed, Weitz tells us a concept is open if its conditions of application are amendable, that is changeable. Amendable, like you make an amendment. Actually, that's not right. That's a different thing. That's with an A, amendment. Like amenable, something is amenable or changeable. If you can change the conditions over time. It's closed if if necessary and sufficient conditions for the application of the concept can be stated. So a concept is closed if once and for all we have the sort of the definition, the necessary and sufficient conditions for its application. Art, according to Weitz, is an open concept. New cases can always be created by artists. The very expansive, adventurous character of art makes it logically impossible to ensure any set of defining properties. We can, of course, choose to close the concept, but this would prevent the creativity we want from the arts. So art is both descriptive and evaluative. We sometimes say this is a work of art to describe something, and we sometimes say it to evaluate something. Using art in the evaluative sense causes problems. Like that's a work of art, meaning that, that something is good. When the criteria of evaluation is converted to criteria for description, it then makes no sense to say this is a work of art and not aesthetically good. Because when we use it in this, when we use the term art in this evaluative sense, what we're saying is that something is good. It's a work of art. It's really good. But what that means is we can't use the term art as a description of necessary and sufficient conditions for something to be art, because then all art would have to be good. Okay. I hope that this short video has helped you understand this interesting excerpt from an interesting philosopher. Oh, I have one more thing, a little picture I want to show you. Let's see. Yes, these are kittens in a cup. I hope you enjoy that, although it may annoy some. That's okay. I personally enjoy it. And so I'd like to share it with you. And I have. So we're done. Thank you very much. Have a great day.